So good day, Miss Apple. Today, we're gonna present our video reporting all about psychological concept related to the self. And by the way, we are the group 7. So first, we have the self-concept. So the self-concept refers to the image of oneself, the way individuals perceive and define themselves. So, ang first ani is ug unsa jud sila pagkatao, because we all know nga kitang tanan is lahi-lahi man jud ta. Okay, so psychologist Carl Rogers defined the self as a flexible, changing perception of personal identity. So, according to him, mag-change daw atong mga, akong gisulti ganiha, di ba? Lain-lain ta. So, mao na siya ang kang Carl Rogers nga, kita tanang tao is lain-lain ta o pamatasan, lain-lain tag perception sa atong kinabuhi. But then, the self develops from interaction with significant people and self-awareness. So, of course, naama dyan na diha nga, like for example lang sa atong batasan na, kanang wala ta kahibaw nga atong joke is over na di ay bitaw. So the more na magka-interact ta og many people, so mas ma-aware ta labi pag naay mo straightforward dato og ingon nga, uy, I don't like your attitude kay ing ana ka. So in order to that, ma-change nato ato ang batasan hinay-hinay. But naa jud say uban tawo nga ang batasan kay ug unsa lang batasan is mag-remain na jud, pero ato siyang hinay-hinay bitaw na kanang i-change nato para na lang sad naton tanan na magka sinabot ta. Okay, so next is we have two components of self-concept, which is the ideal self and the real self. So kanyang real self is kung unsa jud ka, consist of all the ideas including the awareness of what I am and what I can do. So kana imuhang mga ability, imuhang mga ug unsa jud ka, like for example, okay, gusto ko ana. So mao jud na imuhang real self is the who we actually are, and it is how we think, how we feel, look, and act. So, mao niya kung gingan mo, ug unsa siya kasi mukhang kaugalingon. So, the ideal self is a person's conception of what one should be or wanted to be, including goals and ambition. So, ideal ni mo, imuhang gusto. Like, for example, gusto ko maing ani, gusto ko maing ana. Like, for example, naingon sila nga, bati kag batasan. So, I'm sorry about my example, but yeah. So, imuhang ideal, of course, di ba ma-change siya? So, makaingon ka sa laing tao na, oy, kanindot ni ko ano, kay ing ana siya. Dagha gusto niya, it's because of her or his personality. So, I want to be like him or her. So, ing ana siya. Like, ideal ni mo siya na pagkatao, or ideal self ni mo na one day gusto ko nga, kanang masame ko sa iya ka generous, ka genuine. So, that's it. This one. The image of an ideal self should drive and empower you to grow, not to make feel bad about your actual current self. So, this one. Actually, daghan jud og ani nga tao nga makaingon sila nga kanang late na sila magbago, but no. Kung ano siya, more bitaw siya ma-encourage ka kay, of course, you really want to grow. Dapat mo strive harder ka nga, and usahay po makaingon ka nga mangita na lang ko og kanang tao bitaw na kanang musulti jud sa tinuod ug unsa ko, so that I can change myself, so that makuha na ko ang ako ang ideal self, even though ma-feel bad ka kay, of course, hala ing ani di ay ko, but no. In order you to grow, dapat imuha nang hinay-hinayon og change imuhang real self. Kay dili per me ang tao mag-adjust nimo, especially sa imuhang attitudes. So that's it, and we have a quote there in our PPT: overcome the mountain is you. So this is what I say earlier, that you should overcome all of your fears, tanan masawayan nimo sa tao sa imuha, kay it leads into a new journey, a new beginning, and we don't know that beginning is good for you. And that's it. We will proceed to number 2.
And second, the multiple versus unified self. The construction of multiple selves varies across the different rules and relationships. David Lester multiple versus in selves. The word of multiple unified actually have idea and theory all about. The Lester is British American of psychologists. Sociologist and Professor Emeritus of Psychology, Stockton University. So he said, what is important to understand the selves, actually the difference first, the concept of multiple versus unified. For example, the multiple versus unified self. A student will be the diligent learner, the class. A funny person with friends, and a caring child of home. A unified self should be see the integration with the different parts of into the same. Current of identity, the understand and the concept who these aspect as part to whole a person.
Next is true self and fake self. So according to Donald Winnicott, every person has both true self and fake self. The true self is the real and natural version of who we are, or genuine thoughts, feelings, and values. Next is fake self. So what is fake self? So ang piking nga kaugalingon makatabang sa pagtago sa tinuod nga kaugalingon. Usahay gamiton para makasabay sa social media, pero dili ni siya dautan. Pero if magsalig ra ta permi ani, mawagtang atong connection sa atong tinuod nga kaugalingon. Maong importante nga makahibaw ta mo balance ani atong duha ka puok nga fake self and true self.
Albert Bandura suggests that we have the ability to act and make things happen. This is because of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the person's belief in their capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce desired outcome. High self-efficacy leads to great motivation, resilience, and success, while low self-efficacy is linked to stress, avoidance, and challenges, and a greater likelihood to failure. The 4 features of human agency. Number 1 is the intentionality. This is the ability to form and act on plans, goals, and intention. Individuals have the capacity to create and pursue their goals. Number 2 is forethought. It enables a person to anticipate the likely consequences of their actions. This is the ability to anticipate outcomes, set goals, and plans for the future. People can foresee potential consequences and make informed decisions. Number 3 is self-reactiveness. It enables a person to make choices and choose course of actions. It is the ability to self-regulate and motivate oneself. Individuals can control their thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and to achieve their goals. Number 4 is self-reflectiveness. It enables a person to make choices and choose courses of actions. This ability is to reflect on oneself, thoughts, and actions. People can evaluate their experiences, adjust strategies, and improve themselves.
So, okay, next we have number 5, the structure of our personality. Okay, so Sigmund Freud focused on the importance of the unconscious. So he compared the mind to that an iceberg. So, like this one. So, as you can see, so according to him daw, okay, he compared the mind to that iceberg. So, what do you mean by the iceberg? So, we have 3 structure of our personality. So, what was that? It's the id, ego, and superego. So, the id is seeking, immature, impulsive, childlike, and cannot delay gratification, while the ego, I, works on the reality principle, controls the id, and can easily pleasure, while the superego is the conscience and moral judge of conduct. So, we have an example of that, and the example of the id, I'm just gonna say it in vernacular. So, like for example, you're craving for food, and moingon ka diretso na. Gutom ko, kaon na yun. Diba? So, diretso siya. So, the ego is kanang decision making, like thinking, like makaingon ka. Guol man mangawat, pero mangutan na lang ko kay mama. Kanang maghuna-huna pa ka nga. Kanang, okay, I'll go ask my mom first. Nga na. Then the super ego is a moral compass, like feeling guilty and saying. So, makaingon ka nga, dili jud ko mangawat. Kay, dili jud ko gusto mangawat sa ganahan ko. Diba? So, that is the super ego. Kanang naakay feeling sa guilty while saying. And that's it. Proceed to number 6.
Psychological defense mechanism. Psychological defense mechanism is a tool usually used by people to protect themselves from anxiety, stress, or emotional pain. These mechanisms were first introduced by Sigmund Freud and later expanded by his daughter Anna Freud. There are 7 types of psychological defense mechanism. The first one is denial, refusing to accept the reality because it is so threatening. Example, naay isa ka lalaki nga nanigarilyo og dili siya motuo nga dili siya motuo nga unhealthy ni sa atong lawas. Next one is repression, unconsciously blocking unpleasant thoughts or memories from awareness. Example ani ay kanang dili bitaw siya kuan dili niya ma-remember ang iyahang kanang pinaka-traumatized nga karanasan. Next is rationalization, creating logical explanation to justify an unacceptable behavior. Example is, sabihin na bumagsak sa exam dahil unfair ang guro. hindi dahil kulang sa pag-aaral. Projection, attributing one's own acceptable feelings or thoughts to someone else. Example of this is, isang taong galit ay sinasabing ang iba ang galit sa kanya. This one is kanang murag nabaliktad bitaw niya ang kuan ang situation nga ang kuan nga dapat siya ang kanang suko bitaw kaayo pero ang iyang ginaingon nga ang iba ang suko siya ha. Ipo sabihan. Reaction formation, behaving in the opposite way of one's true feeling. Example of this is, a man who is angry with his boss treats him with excessive politeness and respect instead of showing his anger. Next, displacement, shifting feelings from the original source to a safer target. Example. Example of displacement is kaning ibubunto ng galit sa kapamilya matapos pagalitan ng boss. Mura ni siya kuano, mura ang imong kalagot kay imuhang i-transfer sa imong pamilya or sa uban nga tawo pagkahuman nga gipa sakitan kag storya or mura gihatagan bitaw kag kanang sakit nga storya sa imong boss mo nang imong gi-transfer imong kalagot sa imong pamilya. The last one is identification, trying to be someone else to deal with one's anxiety. Example of this is, after being reprimanded by their boss, an employee goes home and argues with their partner. Ang kaniyang identification is more po ni siya displacement but na sila differences. Kay ang example dito sa identification is kanang ang employee after siya reprimanded sa iyang boss, yung uli siya pagkahuman niyang kuan nakig-argue siya sa iyang pamilya.